two teams, just one goal.
Here they come again. Carter drops for Getzlaff, scores! Ryan Getzlaff, and it's 1-0 Canada.
No free passes. Everybody's kissing glass. Everybody's paying a price.
Danny Sabret backhands and scores! Bergeron steps into Ovechkin. Here comes Carter with a shot. Hudobin with a save. He scores!
Kabam! A double kabam!
Crosby and drive. Kuznetsov the save. Rebound. Perry for Bergeron. Scores! It's a beauty. Here comes Dawes with Stewart and Richards. Dawes in front for Stewart. Scores! Fanufa drive. Scores! Countdown is on. The celebration begins. Canada is on top of the hockey world.
Hi, everybody. This is SportsCentre. I'm Darren Detition along with Jennifer Hedger. We are glad you tuned in, folks.
And Dutch, before this tournament, many were touting Team Canada as the best team that Canada had ever iced. They certainly reinforced that in the round-robin play and in the semifinals. But if they didn't win the gold medal, it really would have been a moot point.
Yeah, no, going into this, everybody knew this club was loaded. Just how good would they be? Well, they had been dominant, as you had mentioned, during the course of the round-robin. Those are the gold medals that have eluded Canada since 1997. Didn't take them long to get going. 51 seconds in, Jeff Carter, Ryan Getzlaff, bang. It's 1-0, an important early lead for Canada, and a statement, here we come. But Brent Sutter not pleased. Two quick penalties give Russia a two-man advantage. Jeff Glass gets his opportunity to shine. Glass was key to killing off the two penalties. Then Russia gives the Canadians a chance with the man advantage, and they take advantage. Danny Sabret with a little bank shot, his first, that doubled Canada's lead to 2. But more penalty troubles for the Canadians. Braden Coburn takes Canada's fourth penalty of the period. The Russians capitalize. Alexei Emelin gets the shot through traffic. That made it 2-1 after one period. We go to the second period. Canada back on track. Jeff Carter from a tough angle. His 12th career World Junior goal, tying the Canadian record and Eric Lindros. But more importantly, Canada had a 3-1 lead. It was curtains for Anton Hudobin as Andrei Kuznetsov came into this hockey game. It didn't matter who they put between the pipes. Alexander Ovechkin got to the locker room with a shoulder injury. This wouldn't help the Russians either. Another penalty. The Canucks go on the power play. Sidney Crosby with the shot. It stopped, but look at Corey Perry. Oh, that's perfect to Patrice Bergeron. Puts it on his tape. It was 4-1. A buck later, Nigel Dawes, Anthony Stewart back of the net. It's 5-1 for Canada. Ovechkin would return, but there was no hope. On his first shift, throws a weak shot on net that's stopped by Jeff Glass. Ovechkin still bothered by the shoulder. The Canucks rubbing a little salt into the wound. Back to Canada. Another power play. Dion Phaneuf. He wires it. It was 6-1. Right after the goal, though, Dmitry Vorobyev cross-checks Nigel Dawes in the mouth. He got a 5-minute major and a game misconduct. Canada took a 5-goal lead to the dressing room, 20 minutes away from their goal. Third period, Ovechkin took his gear off, ending his night after only 2 periods, leaving Malkin to lead the Russian charge, but Jeff Glass had the answer for him all night long, as did the Canadians.
The countdown is on. The celebration begins. Canada is on top of the hockey world.
The Russians done. The Canadians finally, after 7 long years, they grabbed the gold medal again. You know, this game really followed the pattern all tournament long. They were utterly dominant and extremely impressive. They win their first junior title since 1997 when the country capped off a run of 5 straight gold medals. They outshot the Russians 32-19. Jeff Carter, as we mentioned in the script, gets his 12th goal in 12 career games over 2 World Juniors. That ties Eric Lindros' Canadian record. Lindros, by the way, played in 3 World Junior tournaments for Canada. They are the first country to hold the men's and women's Olympic and World Championship titles and World Cup title, and now a World Junior gold.
Well, no two teams benefited more from the NHL lockout than Canada and Russia. Bergeron, Carter, Getzlaf, Phaneuf all likely playing in the NHL this year, while the Russians boasting the top two players taken in last year's draft, Ovechkin and Malkin. No would-haves or what-ifs. It was all hands on deck for this gold medal game. With more from Grand Forks, here's Gino Reda.
Along with Pierre Maguire and Bob McKenzie, we're back here at the madhouse it is the concourse level in Grand Forks, North Dakota. When you look back at the accomplishments on this team, there are just so many that it's going to take us so long to get through them all. But one of the accomplishments that really struck me, gentlemen, and we'll get your comments in a moment, was Dion Phaneuf and Jeff Carter. They're the first repeat tournament All-Stars ever. When you consider all the talent that Canada has churned out, that's pretty incredible. Dion Phaneuf now with Gord Miller.
Yeah, looks pretty good around your neck. As one of the guys who was here last year, is this a little sweeter?
Yeah, it's definitely something that words can't even describe the feeling right now. It's in the room, and between especially the guys that were here from last year. That it hurt. You know, that's a feeling, the lowest you could probably get. But last year's last year, and this year we got a great group of guys. A great group of guys in here that really bought in the program and came in, especially Anthony Stewart. He's done great. So the team coming together this year, and it was a lot of fun.
This team was hailed before the tournament started as one of the best ever. How'd you deal with those expectations?
We didn't pay much attention to that. We wanted to play our game. We wanted to play our game all tournament and 60 minutes every game, and we did that. And we knew if we did that we had a shot.
You'll see a lot of these guys again in the Western Hockey League, but having been with them for so long, what's the feeling in this room?
Oh, there's a mutual respect, and especially playing with them last year, and a lot of the guys we played under 18 together, some under 17. So we've known each other for a long time, and there's some great friendships and bonds that will last a lifetime, that's for sure.
Dion, thanks. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Back now with Pierre Maguire and Bob McKenzie. Dion Phaneuf is relaxed on the ice. He's relaxed off the ice. He's a gold medal. He's a World Junior champion. Bob, this is one very special team.
Well, it's a special group, the 1985 birth year. You know, the seeds were planted for this World Junior Championship title a long time ago. In fact, I would say back to the calendar year of 1984. I don't want to talk about what went on in the bedrooms of Canada back in 1984, but I'll tell you what, a lot of really great athletes were born in Canada in the 1985 year, and they all came together on this team. All but two players on this team are 1985 birthdays. Sidney Crosby in 87, Cam Barker in 86. All the rest, Jeff Carter, Dion Phaneuf, Patrice Bergeron, the list goes on and on and on. Everybody basically on this team was born in 1985. I don't ever remember another year in Canada producing as many great athletes as that one did, and it's a real anomaly. We're not sure why it's like that, but we know that it's a big reason why Canada could have won gold last year and definitely won gold this year.
It's one thing to have an incredible amount of talent, then you got to figure out how to bring them together, and you've got to convince them to do what you want them to do. Going to this game, Pierre, they had a strict game plan on how to shut down Alexander Ovechkin, and they did exactly what they tried.
And it was every game in this tournament, going all the way back to their pre-tournament games. They had a clearly defined game plan they wanted the players to follow, and as the players followed along, Gino and Bob, they got more comfortable to what Brett Sutter wanted from them, because you knew at the end of the day they were going to be playing against talented players like Alexander Ovechkin. Canada needed to get physical, and they did. The big thing is wrecking machines, guys winning battles and pulverizing Russian-born players. Alexander Ovechkin always funneled to the inside part of the ice. Sidney Crosby on attack. How about that one by Patrice Bergeron? Whatever they wanted to initiate on star players, they could, with a whammo by Mike Richards right there. Always challenging the star players, but disciplined, smart, hard hockey. It's about game planning, it's about paying attention to detail, and it's about guys caring about one another.
When you do what you're told and you're successful, you have the opportunity to celebrate. And the celebrations continue out live. You're looking live in the Canadian dressing room, just now starting to take off their uniforms, celebrating a huge success here, their first gold medal at the World Junior Hockey Championship since 1997. Sidney Crosby was there last year. Didn't get a whole lot of ice. He got plenty of ice this time, and he was rewarded. He had 6 goals, 5 of them on the power play, 3 assists, finished the tournament with 9 points, and he's standing by with our Gord Miller.
Sid, you were here last year. How can you compare it, having been through that experience?
Oh, way better. I mean, this is unbelievable. To go what we went through last year and now this, I mean, you hate to say it, but we dominated the tournament, and, it was unbelievable. We played so good, and everyone came together. It was unbelievable.
Before the tournament started, people said this was probably the best Canadian team ever. A lot of pressure to put on guys who hadn't played a game yet.
Yeah, for sure, but we knew we had it in us. We had the right group of guys, and we didn't let up all tournament long. I mean, we had a little slip in the first game. After that, we were smooth riding, and our foot was on the gas pedal from there on in, and it was unbelievable. Just, I can't speak right now. It's so much fun.
You guys took the 2-0 lead in the first period. They got all those power plays in the first, scored on one late. How concerned were you?
A little bit. When you're in the box that much against a team like that with so much firepower, you get a little nervous, but, credit goes to the PK, and, defensively we played so good. I mean, that's a lot of firepower on either side, and, we handled them pretty well, so it was great.
Sidney, congratulations. Enjoy the moment.
Thanks a lot.
Some moments they certainly will never, ever forget. Now, in the big picture, Pierre, you got to do small things right to win the big prize, and Canada did that.
Well, one of the reasons why Canada was able to dominate so much offensively, especially when they were on the power play or in special team situations, they won faceoffs. Their center iceman dominated the opposition, whether it was Bergeron or Richards or Carter or Colin Fraser, it didn't matter. Winning faceoffs allows you to have puck possession and allows you to dominate the opposition. But that's the biggest thing of all. Gino and Bob, when you're talking about it, dominating faceoffs allows you to push the pace of the game. And the other team has to come and hunt the puck down. When they have to come to hunt the puck down, they're out of rhythm, they're out of sync. And Canada's faceoff play was so strong, led to a power play goal, it led to domination, and it led to guys winning races. So puck possession was huge, and here's Phaneuf right there blasting one right by Kuznetsov. But that's what it's all about. Face-off plays, little things matter, and the face-offs went Canada's way.
Here, it would be easy on a team that has as much talent as Team Canada has to say that it was ordained that Canada had to win this tournament because of all that talent. But you talked about the attention to detail throughout this tournament, and when you start talking about head coach Brent Sutter, the foundation was there. There was just as much talent on last year's team, and they didn't win. Now, part of the goaltending problem was Marc-Andre Fleury never got into a comfort zone after coming back from the National Hockey League. But they also didn't have that strong foundation in terms of the attention to detail, and it was there in spades. There was never a moment in this tournament when they were blowing teams out that Brent Sutter didn't keep a tight leash on his team and continue to be on their face and make sure that they didn't take anything for granted. There was nothing, no bad habits for him, no slippage whatsoever. And any coach that's ever gone behind any bench at any level of hockey will tell you the hardest thing to do is to coach a team that's winning, and not only winning, but winning big. And Canada was doing that throughout the tournament. Sidney Crosby said it. They dominated the tournament. They dominated the tournament like nobody's business.
And one of Sidney Crosby's line mates is now standing by with Gord Miller. He's with
Corey Perry. Corey Perry, if I told you before the tournament you'd win a gold medal, you've been happy. I said you're playing with Sidney Crosby and Patrice Bergeron. Might have been surprised too.
Yeah, it was just unfortunate that Jeremy went down with an injury, and somebody had to step up. And thank God it was me. And it was just a hard fought tournament that everybody had, and it was just a team tournament, and everybody came through in the clutch.
You played in big games before, but I wonder if you can compare the magnitude of what you saw before this game today.
Oh, it's undescribable. Just the excitement, the nervousness. All the jitters were in the stomach this morning, and when we came to the rink this afternoon, it was just something to experience.
What did you learn about yourself as a player here?
You always have something to do and something more to learn, and there's nothing that can't stop you. And if you want to do it, you have to do it, and you can do it as well.
That gold looks good on you, kid. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Look at the smile on Corey Perry's face. You can't wipe that smile off.
That's awesome.
Corey Perry's going to have a chance not just to win a World Junior Championship, but a Memorial Cup. One of the things we know right now is that the London Knights are in the Memorial Cup. They're playing host to the Memorial Cup, and Corey Perry and Danny Servette, the two members from the Knights that played for Canada's World Junior team, obviously instrumental in that. You really think about the Corey Perry situation. Here's a guy who, until the final night of the evaluation camp, if he hadn't scored a couple of goals, he might not have made this team. They were looking at other players, and he stepped up, and they had to deliver some goals in that pre-tournament game, and he did. And that's why he ended up. And then he started as a 13th forward, but then the injury to Jeremy Colleton and others allowed him to move into that line with Bergeron and Crosby. And this guy's puck skills are second to none on this team. People wonder about the skating, they wonder about this, they wonder about that. He's a gold medal champion and looked terrific alongside Bergeron and Crosby. And now he's going to go back and try and win a Memorial Cup for London.
It's interesting where Corey Perry worked his way into a leading role. Jeff Glass, Pierre, as soon as camp was broken, Brent Sutter said, he's our number one guy.
Well, you can't say enough good things about Jeff Glass. It wasn't very easy for Jeff Glass when you really think about it, fellas. The bottom line is no international experience. He stepped up, he really delivered, and he did the job that he was supposed to do. The biggest thing that I liked about him, he stepped up at key times in games, whether it was against Finland, whether it was against Russia, in a 5-on-3 power play situation, or a bang-bang situation, shutting down Malkin. He was always there. He was always available. He handled the media so well, so discreetly, so appropriately, so professionally, and his rebound control, that's the thing that blows me away, and that's the thing that's going to make him an NHL goaltender down the road. Calm, cool, collected, and very poised.
Guys, time to go back down to the dressing room. What do you think? Let's go down where Gordon Miller is standing by with Anthony Stewart. Gordon?
Thanks very much. You know, Anthony Stewart, a gold medalist after a year ago, and I remember seeing you last year in Helsinki and how devastated you were. This has to make this even sweeter.
Definitely, you know, especially losing last year, you feel kind of bad, but, you know, it's all good feelings now. Everyone's in a craze right now, and everyone's just getting ready to get back and share the medal with Canada.
What did Brent Sutter mean to this team?
You know, he meant everything. You know, I felt last year we were a little bit lackadaisical into the third period. He just kept everyone on an even keel, and he checked everyone's ego at the door, you know, and I personally benefited from that. You know, he sort of brought the best out of my game.
How did he do that?
You know, he just, you know, made sure I put my ego at the door, like I said before, and, you know, he just made sure that I was performing how he wanted me to perform, you know, and I thought the last 3 games I was performing how he wanted me to, and I feel like I'm a better player because of that now.
Anthony, you're one of 8 guys who was part of the under-18 team that won gold a couple of years ago, played in the tournament last year, and now this. What is the bond like between yourself and guys like Richards and the whole gang of you?
Yeah, you know, this being, you know, the fifth time together with some of the guys is such a great feeling, you know, and we played all the tournaments together. We went to the draft together too, so it's definitely a great bond, and it's not going to end here for sure.
What is that, the belt?
Yeah, it's the belt, you know. Whoever wants to come and get it next year for those guys, we got to get Ladder and Barker to carry the torch, and they can come and get it.
Thanks very much, Anthony. Good luck.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Gord. Yes, for the 7th straight year, Canada leaves the World Junior Hockey Championship with a medal. 2 bronze, 4 silver, and now a gold. Canadian hockey fans are thrilled. The juniors are thrilled as well. They were turned away for the last 3 years, but not this time. Back to SportsCentre, but there's lots more post-game coverage coming up, so stay with us.
SportsCentre at the World Junior Championship is brought to you by Chevrolet for all life's roads.
Well, discuss amongst yourselves, is this the best Canadian junior team ever? It's certainly one of the top 3. A perfect 6-0-0 record. The 96 team did it as well. And 95 Canadian junior team going 7-0-0. But look at that goals for and goals against average. The 2005 team, 41 goals for, just 7 against.
All right, SportsCentre's World Junior coverage continues.
Again, Carter Duxford gets those scores!
We will have plenty more reaction to Canada's gold medal victory, ending a 7-year drought at the top of the podium. That is next on SportsCentre.
Closed captioning of this TSN program is brought to you in part by X-Drive, the new all-wheel drive system from BMW. Maximum traction equals maximum performance. TSN HD, redefining the image of sport. TSN HD is proudly presented by JVC. JVC, the HD technology leader, available at Best Buy.
Mom, when somebody sneezes, you say bless you, right?
Right.
So what are you supposed to say when somebody coughs?
Robitussin.
To help stop a bad cough, respond with the strength of Robitussin.
Robitussin.
Robitussin. Tim, it's bless you for coughs.
Yeah.
To help stop a bad cough, respond with the strength of Robitussin.
Robitussin.
Well, it's a new year.
Yeah, it's time for changes.
Yeah. Like take yoga.
Latin dance.
Speak Latin.
Read more.
Hardcovers.
Write a novel.
Maybe we'll start with the new lemon cranberry muffin with our coffees.
Let's try the new 12-grain bagel.
Yeah, that's good.
Make a fresh change to your morning with Tim Hortons' new Oven Fresh Lemon Cranberry Muffin or new 12-grain bagel. With a coffee, just $1.89.
Always fresh at Tim Hortons.
It's wonderful.
It's incredible.
It's something only Wendy's could do.
It's amazing.
Introducing Combo Choices.
Oh, thanks.
Choose fries, chili, baked potato, side, or Caesar side salad at no extra cost. Dave Thomas knew his customers liked the choice.
A combo with a side salad.
So choose Wendy's. It's better here. Our pickup window is open late.
Sore, aching muscles? Try the new Sports Wrap and heat the hurt from Sunbeam.
SportsCentre, brought to you by Tim Hortons' new lemon cranberry muffin and new 12-grain bagel.
Welcome back to the show. It was dominance in the gold medal game. Canada beats Russia 6-1 as they snap an 0-3 run against the Russians in gold medal games dating back to 1996. Now, of all of Canada's forwards, Jeff Carter, he might have been the best, and afterwards, he was elated.
It's an unbelievable feeling. I can't really describe it. That's what we were going for, and it's great right now. Well, we got a real good team here. A lot of character guys. Everybody stepped up and kind of kept everybody on even keel, and it worked out for us.
I'm so happy for the kids. They played a hell of a tournament. Right from the get-go, every game they played hard, and tonight was no exception. Oh, we just wanted to stay disciplined, and we knew that we continue to play like we would be fine, and we want to continue to be aggressive but play smart.
There's not even words to describe the feeling right now. It's a great bunch of guys, and the guys who returned from last year, it's an unbelievable feeling. You have a respect for them, and you've been through a lot, that's for sure. You have to be here to know what you go through to win something like this, and to come so close last year and then to do it this year, it's a feeling that, like I said, not even words can describe.
Yeah, it was. It's huge to get that out of the way and stuff. Get this crowd into it right away. Oh, it's amazing. That we were the team on the other side last year, and this is our time now.
Well, Canada as a team obviously dominant in this tournament, but in this final game, unselfish. 6 different Canadian players scoring in the 6-1 win over Russia. With more from Grand Forks, here's Gino Retta and the gang.
Welcome back live to Grand Forks, North Dakota, and look, a special guest in the Team Canada dressing room, Ryan Smith. And Bob, there's a guy who knows a little bit about winning some medals for Canada.
Well, they talk about Wayne Gretzky being the good luck charm. Maybe it's Ryan Smith. He was there in the Olympics. He was there at the World Championship. He was there at the World Cup, and he's here tonight when Canada gets the gold in the World Junior.
The concourse level here in Grand Forks, North Dakota is still going crazy. I don't think a single fan of the 10,300 complete sellout crowd has left the building. Not surprisingly, they want to celebrate. They don't want to go outside. It's freezing outside. Pierre, let's talk a little bit about some of the unsung heroes in this tournament for Canada.
Well, you think about, first of all, the guys that played depth roles. I think about a Clark MacArthur. I think about the way Colin Fraser played. I think about a Stephen Dixon. I think about the guys in defense like a Sean Bell stepping up or a Braden Coburn, a Danny Severette. But the big guy to me, the most unsung guy on this team, Mike Richards. Mike Richards does all the dirty work. He's not a third-line center, but he played with Anthony Stewart. He played with Nigel Dawes. He was an amazing penalty killer. There was one sequence against Finland, Bob, at the end of the first period when the score was tied 1-1. Maybe the best individual shift I've ever seen from a penalty killer. He goes out, he blocks a shot, he manufactures another chance for himself in the neutral zone to win a race. Then he goes down and gets a quality scoring opportunity. It's all about determination, winning. The role players for Canada were better than anybody else's star players because they cared about one another.
And I think we need to talk a little about injuries. Injuries from a couple of different perspectives. Number one, what it meant to the team to be without Jeremy Colleton. What it meant to the team to be without Cam Barker. When you're in a tournament like this and you're playing with 12 forwards and 6 defensemen, because of the loss of Colleton with his knee injury and because of the loss of Barker with his mononucleosis, then you've got no margin for error whatsoever. And then you've got a guy like Brent Seabrook who's got a bad shoulder. And when you start talking about taking guys like Colleton and Barker, and at times Brent Seabrook out of the lineup, you're starting to get pretty thin. You're starting to put yourself in a precarious position where you can disrupt team chemistry. Team Canada was able to pull it together, hold it together with the people that they did have. Injuries from a second perspective. How difficult must it have been for Jeremy Colleton, who was on this team last year, to hurt his knee the way that he did and not get a chance to finish the tournament? For Cam Barker, there's maybe a little silver lining of not being here because Cam Barker is one of the 2 players eligible to come back next year on this team, and if there's no National Hockey League games being played, the Chicago Blackhawks don't need him. Cam Barker is going to be the anchor on a very young Team Canada defense next year. And certainly Brent Seabrook was able to fight through the shoulder injury and do what he had to do. But for Barker and Colleton, it must have been difficult. Yet here they are, able to celebrate with their teammates, and that's nice to see.
And they're celebrating downstairs in the dressing room even as we speak. And our Gord Miller's not with 1, not 2, but a trio of guests.
Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of guests. Here's Jeff Glass and a couple of great defensemen, Braden Coburn and Sean Bell. I wanted to ask you first, Braden, after last year, does this make it sweeter?
Oh, so much sweeter. It's just awesome. And the group of guys we had in the dressing room,
And the faster we did it, it's just awesome.
Who threw the stick the other to get the penalty?
I think Boise was taking some heat for a while there, but really it was me. I was watching NFL Sunday. I was trying to beat Peyton Manning out there, I think, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you were. Sean Bell, you've been part of this program for a long time. You've known a lot of these guys, including Braden for quite a while. I wonder if it's more special having spent the better part of 3 years playing with these guys.
Oh, it makes it so much better. Me and Coburn know each other so much now, and all the other guys do too, so it makes it sweet, and especially since we were waiting for this for 364 days.
Now, no one really knew about this goaltender next year, and did you know he was good? He was this good?
Yeah, I knew he was good. We had him in Tri-City, and we traded him, and great call, eh? And now he's unbelievable, Tandy, and he's helping Kootenay out every time he steps on the ice.
Jeff, I don't know, were you insulted before the tournament when people said goaltending was a question mark for Canada?
Hey, you knew with all these great defense we had and great forwards, they had to question something, right? And our team's been unbelievable, and I think they proved everyone wrong. We showed everyone why we're the best.
Now, I have to ask you about that first period, all those power plays. How concerned were you?
Oh, our penalty kill's been the strongest part of the whole tournament. We just went out there again and we showed why it's so strong.
Tell us about Brent Sutter.
Great coach and very intense guy, and pretty fair. Pretty fair.
What do you think of playing for Brent Sutter?
It was an awesome experience for me, and one I'll never forget. He's one of the best coaches in the world for sure, and I think he proved that.
Guys,
he set a record too. You know that, right?
Which record?
Least goals against.
We knew that.
World Junior. 7 goals. Yeah. 7 goals against. D-Unit took care of it. We owned it this year. Took care of it. D-Unit.
Let me ask you this about this, because everyone talked about your defense, the guys coming back. People said it was already the best junior team before you'd played a game. How much pressure was that?
It was a lot of fun, Look at these guys we had. They're so good defensively. Who wouldn't have fun playing with these guys?
All right, so that's a member of the Kootenay Ice, a Tri-City American, and a Portland Winterhawk, arm in arm in the Canadian dressing room with gold medals around their necks. Guys, congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, while the celebrations continue down in the dressing room, there's still a lot of celebrating going on here in the concourse level of Grand Forks, North Dakota. Still lots more to come, but for now, let's go back to SportsCentre.
Thank you, Gino. Well, here's your all-tournament team. 3 Canadians making the list. Patrice Bergeron, who was also named tournament MVP. Alexander Ovechkin named top forward. Jeff Carter, 12 goals in 12 career games over 2 World Juniors, as well as Dion Phaneuf and Ryan Suter on defense. And Marek Schwartz, the Czech goaltender, who absolutely stood on his head in that 3-1 loss to Canada.
All right, it is SportsCentre continues.
Yes, Danny Sabret backhands and scores!
We will return to Grand Forks to hear more from Canada's newest hockey heroes. All the World Junior coverage you need. That's right here on TSN.
In 1999, Bobby Orr and Chevrolet introduced Safe and Fun Hockey, a program specially designed to keep minor hockey fun.
Hey, Bobby.
Hi, girls. That's why Safe and Fun teaches so much more than hockey skills. It also teaches real-life skills.
I got 2. Would you like one? Sure.
Like fairness and generosity. There you go, Bobby. Generosity is its own reward.
Whenever you feel like you need to slow down. Remember your friends will be there. Oh, count on me now. A time for revealing a good kind of feeling whenever we are together. Come on, alright, see you tonight.
Introducing Gillette M3 Power. Turn on its new M3 Power Glide blades. They have a patented comfort coating for less irritation. For the world's best shave, use Gillette's most advanced blades. New M3 Power from Gillette.
Exclusively at these theaters.
Taste too strong. Taste too strong.
Cherry flavor Fisherman's Friend. It works, and you can't beat the taste.
And there is no hope for Russia in this one. Canada will move on. Devereaux scores. Saints Mister scores. The
drive for 5 has arrived. Canada, World Junior Hockey Champions for the 5th year in a row.
Well, the last time that Canada won gold, Mike Babcock was the coach. Joe Thornton, one of the stars. You saw Jason Doig there with that toothless grin. Canada dominant this time around. They knock off Russia 6-1. They grab the gold, and let's return to Grand Forks. Here's Gino.
And it was a perfect run. Welcome back, everyone, along with Pierre Maguire and Bob McKenzie. Guys, when you look back on this year, Pierre, there are going to be certain individuals who you're going to look back on and say they really stepped up their game for this tournament.
Well, number one would be Sean Bell in the gold medal game. I thought Sean Bell was exemplary playing with Braden Coburn in a matchup game against Evgeny Malkin. They shut Malkin, I thought, basically right down. But I think the big thing is Ryan Getzlaf getting the first goal of the game, really creating a forecheck. He was solid in all facets of the game. So those two guys in particular, I thought really stepped up and did some great things. The Anaheim Mighty Ducks have to be real happy about the way Ryan Getzlaf improved in this year's tournament from last year's. And I think Sean Bell being traded from St. Louis to Dallas, if you're a Dallas Stars fan right now or a member of their management team, you're saying, this guy's got a lot of potential. He's big, he's strong, he's fast, he played into his role, and he really thrived in that shutdown role playing with Braden Coburn against Malkin.
You're saying Mike Babcock will be happy with Getzlaf. Mike Babcock will probably be happy now because now he's not the last coach to have won it. Brent Sutter is.
That's true. People have to stop asking him questions. So, Bobby, it's been a long time coming, but can we finally say now, cautiously, or do we have to be cautious anymore, that Canada is back as a preeminent world hockey power?
Gino, Canada never went away as a preeminent world hockey power. You know, when you start looking at the Olympic Games, when you start looking at World Championships, when you start looking at the World Cup, it was only the World Junior Championship where Canada fell into a dry spell. And from 1997 to the present, and there was a lot of weird circumstance throughout that where they had some tough breaks here and there. But the bottom line is that Canada's always been right there. As Gord Miller's fond of saying, what country would you rather be in terms of the record? And when you watch the way this team played, and with the level of skill that they've got, and the size and the strength, and all those facets combining to be as dominant as they were, the only thing that prevented all of us from sitting here at the beginning of this tournament and saying Canada would kick the bejesus out of everybody in this tournament was the fact that we're mild-mannered, and you don't ever want to sound as if you're being ridiculous. But coming into this tournament, what this team did, most people, a lot of people expected, a lot of hockey people, not just Canadians, people in the National Hockey League, people that are associated with this tournament, people that follow it on a regular basis, they would have told you from day one, what happened is not unexpected, but you always have to allow for the possibility of upset, the format, the one game, injuries, all those other things can conspire against you. But the way this team performed was as advertised, and Gord kept on talking about the high expectations from this team. There were high expectations, but they met every one of them.
7 straight years of the medal at the World Junior Hockey Championship. 2 bronze, 4 silver, and now 1 gold for the first time since 1997. Let's go back to SportsCentre.
To the bronze medal game we go. The Czechs taking on the Americans, and if Crosby versus Ovechkin was the main event, then Phil Kessel versus Rostislav Olesh, the undercard. The Czechs with an early power play. Michael Frolik with the shot. Michael Polak there to bury the juicy rebound. It's 1-0 Czech Republic. How about late in the first? The U.S. reply. A man advantage of their own. Kevin Porter, some nifty stick handling here, and it is 1-0. Second period action. Frolik, the youngest player in the tournament, taking advantage of a U.S. turnover, and he beats Sal Montoya. The Czechs are back in the lead. It's 2-1. The Czechs playing a physical game. Michael Gulassi straightens out Patrick O'Sullivan, but on a questionable U.S. power play, O'Sullivan answers, goes cross ice to Drew Stafford, and he beats Marek Schwartz for his 5th. Makes it 2-all. We're going late second. Bad news for the Czechs' big gun. Olesh is hit by Mike Brown, and he would not return. Relegated to cheerleading on the bench. Doesn't look very happy about it either. The Americans, a great chance here in the third. Tim Henson gets it through Schwartz, but it goes past the other side. Gulassi's still throwing his weight around. Just ask Jacob Dow. And this one going to OT. The United States with a great chance here. Dowell has Schwartz beat, but he can't get it by a sprawling Milan Lucic. And then moments later, this.
Now a nifty move by Verana, working around Likens. Verana in alone, scores! Peter Verana wins it for the Czech Republic. And the Czechs will take the bronze medal at the World Junior Hockey Championship.
So the Czechs win their first medal of any color since winning gold in 2001, while the defending champions, United States, go home empty-handed. They have never won medals in 2 straight junior championships. Still to come on SportsCentre.
Here they come again. Carter jumps for gets the scores!
Canada, Russia. It's back to Grand Forks for more reaction on the gold medal game.
And finally, the hype is over.
Right to the end zone. Touchdown.
It's USC versus Oklahoma for American college football dominance.
Looking to join a select group, Amari Stoudemire aims for a consecutive 50-point performance against the reigning MVP in Minnesota.
Thank you for calling Altamira. This is Eric. How can I help you?
Hi, is there anyone there who can help me sort through my RSP options?
Sure. I'm an experienced advisor myself. What are you thinking about?
We'd like our investments to grow, but we don't want a lot of risk.
No worries. We've got a full range of investment solutions. We can find the right balance for you.
Sounds good. How do I get more info?
Well, I can mail it, email it, or you can go to altamira.com.
Perfect. I'm there right now.
Great. How about we go through it together?
Swipe your Safeway Club card and watch TSN Monday through Friday to spot your name on SportsCentre Bottom Line Late Edition or on NFL Primetime on Sunday. You could win one of these great prizes. You could also win a fabulous trip for two courtesy of Conquest Vacations. Get a bonus entry when you buy Old Dutch potato chips. Old Dutch, choose taste. Or Kraft dinner. It's gotta be KD. Swipe and win at Safeway today.
The Expedia.ca Escape Winter Sale. Right now, escape to Florida, Mexico, Las Vegas, the Caribbean, and Hawaii. The Escape Winter Sale. Book before January 31st. Expedia.ca. Now we're getting somewhere.
Are you sleepy? No. What do you think it's gonna be like? Mom says there's even more magical stuff now.
Okay, guys, back to bed.
We're too excited to sleep.
Everyone's excited because now a 6-night, 7-day Walt Disney World vacation for a family of 4 at a Disney Value Resort, including theme park tickets, is less than $1,500. Make your plans at DisneyWorld.ca.
You sleep?
Nope, too excited.
I heard that.
Welcome back to the show. We'll get back to Grand Forks in a moment or two. You know, when it comes to college football, few teams have the tradition of the Oklahoma Sooners and the USC Trojans. They have combined for 17 national championships, and since the beginning of this season, they have been the two best teams in the U.S. They boast Heisman Trophy winners, explosive backs, dominant defensive players, and outstanding coaches. Tonight, they were meeting in the Orange Bowl, and what some were saying was the most anticipated college football game in 25 years. Not living up to the billing. This national championship game also marks the first ever time two Heisman Trophy winners have faced each other in college football history. Last year's winner, Jason White, he gets it started, 5-yard toss to Travis Wilson. Bobby Stoops couldn't have asked for a better start. It was 7-zip. But then this year's winner, Matt Leinart, does one better.
Rolls, throws deep, got him in, touchdown! What a great catch! Dominic Bird flies high and pulls it in.
That's a big boy going up and bringing it down. We are all square at 7. Then the Trojans catch a break. Tom Malone gets a great bounce on his punt. For some reason, Mark Bradley decides to pick up the ball. He fumbles. USC recovers. Oklahoma never would. Maybe he thought USC had touched it. You can't do that, though, in a national championship. That leads to a TD and a very frustrated Stoops. This won't make him feel any better. Leinart airs it out for Dwayne Jarrett. He would take it 54 yards to Pater, and it was 21-7. Leinart refused to let up on OU. 28-10. He goes deep for Steve Smith, who makes a great catch in the end zone. SoCal up 38-10 at the half. It's now 48-10.
Well, he reminds Quentin Richardson of one of the NBA's greats, Wilt Chamberlain. He's scored 30 or more points in 5 of the last 6 games. He's just 22 years old. And tonight, Amari Stoudemire looking to join a select group of players with consecutive 50-point games. But the double-double machine, Kevin Garnett and the T-Wolves are standing in his way. KG matching him basket for basket, dropping 12 points in the opening quarter. Then he trailed by 5 after 1, though. The Suns staying on top thanks to the human dunking machine. Stoudemire assaulting the rim at will. He had 19 first-half points. The Suns led by 7 at the break. We're going to skip to the fourth. Stoudemire's dunk giving him 34 points. Then Amari gives the ball to Latrell Sprewell. He doesn't appreciate the gesture. I guess not. Studmeyer going to get a double technical, so he's gone. 34 points and he's out. Sparks Kevin Garnett 17 boards, and more importantly, Garnett a career-high 47 points. Mini gets within 5 dying seconds. Garnett trying to get it within 2. No, can't get it to fall. Suns hold on to win by 7.
Out of the Lakers and the Spurs, Kobe averaging 44 points in his last 3 games. Spurs 14-1 at home this season. Bruce Bowen hits the 3-ball. Then Kobe responds, picks off the pass, goes down court, and he would finish with the reverse jam. But it's Bowen who beats the buzzer with a 3. Now, there's also a reason why this guy's on the NBA's all-defensive team. He shut Kobe down, and he was popping him as well. Kobe 5 of 16, 17 points. Spurs were up 24 at the break to the 3rd. Tony Parker. Tim Duncan, alley-hoop, then Bowen. Another 3-ball. A career-high 24 for him. Kobe, nada. A non-factor. 100-83 the final. Ahead on SportsCentre, we've got plenty more inside analysis and reaction from the gold medal game.
This is the day that every Little Leaguer dreams of.
One by a landslide, one by a hair. Details on the class of 2005's Call to the Hall.
You're watching SportsCentre on TSN.
Okay, let's say cheese. Big smile. Excellent. Next we have Patty.
That's me.
Okay. That was... You know, we're back again on Monday, huh?
No, I'm ready.
And smile. Crescendo Rising Crust Pizza from McCain. It rises up fresh and full of flavor, right before your eyes. Nothing rises like a crescendo.
Once a season, and only once a season, Moore's has a sale. Right now, over half our suits and sport coats are on sale at great low prices. You'll find a huge selection of dress shirts and hundreds of casual and dress pants. Plus, big savings on sportswear, outerwear, and shoes. Which means the only way to beat a Moore's price is at the Moore's year-end clearance sale. Moore's, well-made, well-priced, well-dressed.
Everyone wants your money. Someone's hand is always in your pocket. Still, you rescue a few dollars and put your savings in a bank beyond their reach. But are they? Most banks pay almost no interest and shrink your savings with service charges. One more hand in your pocket. ING Direct pays high interest on every dollar you save and never makes you pay a service charge. Your savings grow. Call. Save your money.
Are you sleepy? No. What do you think it's gonna be like? Mom says there's even more magical stuff now.
Okay, guys, back to bed.
We're too excited to sleep.
Everyone's excited because now a 6-night, 7-day Walt Disney World vacation for a family of 4 at a Disney Valley Resort, including theme park tickets, is less than $1,500. Make your plans at DisneyWorld.ca.
You sleep?
No, too excited.
I heard that.
Time now for the Scotia McLeod Honor Roll.
Callahan with a loose puck in front for Dell. Still loose, Dell, backhand shot, and it's blocked in front. Now a nifty move by Verana, working around Likens. Verana in alone, scores!
Ladder rolls, throws deep, got him in, touchdown! Advances, long, goes 2 in there. Inks it a strike. Oh, great save. Ferdinand over the bar.
Short-handed. Gleason, look out. Phaneuf had him lined up and just missed
It's
him.
a double Dion.
Now the defenseman falls. Here comes Crosby, and Crosby drive. Kuznetsov the save. Rebound. Perry for Bergeron scores. And here comes Dawes with Stewart and Richard. Dawes in front for Stewart scores. It's 5-1.
Baseball news, with his first appearance on the ballot, Wade Boggs has been elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame, an almost unanimous choice. Boggs received over 91% of the votes. A 5-time AL batting champion, Boggs becomes the 41st player elected on his first chance.
This is the day that every Little Leaguer dreams of. that if he has this great major league career, then one day maybe he'll get into the Hall of Fame. And like I said in a little while back, I had never dreamed of making it to the Hall of Fame.
Also to be inducted on July 31st, infielder Ryne Sandberg, the 1984 National League MVP, garnered just over 76% of the vote, making the Hall of Fame cutoff by just 6 votes. And this is how the voting broke down. Of course, you need 75% of votes are required for election. Andre Dawson finishing 6th for the 2nd straight year, while Pete Rose, who, as you may know, is ineligible for the ballot because of his lifetime ban from baseball, received 9 write-in votes. That's 6 fewer than last year and his lowest total.
Let's get back to the NBA. And 2 years ago, the New Jersey Nets were in the NBA Final. That's when Jason Kidd started playing games off the court. He held his free agency over the franchise's head. He got Byron Scott fired, and he ended up making more personnel decisions than Rod Thorne. It's a dangerous game when the inmates start running the asylum. Vince tried it in Toronto, and when Dr. J wasn't hired as the GM, he wanted out. Now the inmates are teammates in Jersey. VC and the Nets in Washington, second quarter. Vince playing some D, goes for the big swat on Brendan Haywood, but apparently somebody stabbed him on the play. The wound, though, would heal quickly. It was tied at 48.5. Second half, Jason Kidd would feed Carter for the double clutch. Then Air Canada gets renamed.
Carter! Air Jersey! I don't think Hughes.
Not quite the same ring to it. Fourth quarter, Wiz put it on him, though. Larry Hughes hits it. Antoine Jameson, the Wiz, run away in the fourth. 112-88.
Wizards. Bucks and Pacers. Jermaine O'Neal coming off a 31-point night against the Nets, and he picks up right about where he left off. At one point, it was O'Neal 14 and the Bucks 8. Jermaine scored 19 of Indiana's 27 first quarter points, and O'Neal just continues to dominate. Walks in for the dunk. O'Neal with 29 at the half. The Pacers by 3, and O'Neal showing his range as well. Steps back, drains the long J. This guy has 47 points, folks. You might want to guard him. O'Neal would elapse the 50-point mark and finish with a league season high 55 points in only 36 minutes. It's just too shy of Reggie Miller's team record of 57. The Pacers win big.
A player of the week, Stephon Marbury. Just ask him. And the Knicks 17-1 in the last 18 at home to the Kings. It's Marbury's counterpart, Mike Bibby, doing it all early. Gets it to go. Then the alley-oop pass to Maurice Evans. Then he drives. And one. Bibby with 11 points, 6 assists at the half. Kings by 13. Starbury trying to bring his Knicks back in the third. Drops the 3-ball. Then he drives. Draws the foul and gets it to fall. He had 17 in the third alone. That cut the lead to 2. Late in the fourth, though, show us the dagger from downtown. Pigs win it 105-98. When SportsCentre continues.
Danny Sabret backhands and scores!
It is another instant classic between Canada and Russia. Highlights, analysis, and reaction coming up.
Here comes Crosby and drive. Kuznetsov the save. Rebound. Perry for Bergeron scores!
Hey, you finally made it.
Yeah. Took us forever because of these wiper blades.
I think I can help. Check these out. New MotoMaster Reflex Wiper Blades, only from Canadian Tire. See? It doesn't have any hinges.
So?
So that's part of what makes it better. Sometimes ordinary wipers don't get the job done. They leave streaks and you can't see. With hinges, ice, snow, even corrosion and wear can make parts of the blade lift and lose contact with some parts of the windshield. But the Reflex blade doesn't have hinges. It's like a spring. So pressure's distributed evenly all along the blade. Here's another thing. Because of a thinner profile, they cut the wind better than traditional blades. Wind can lift ordinary blades, also causing them to lose contact with the windshield. See the difference with the revolutionary hinge-free design. MotoMaster Reflex Wiper blades starting at only $17.99 each. Now that's different, and only at Canadian Tire.
Next time the drive will be a lot quicker. And a lot safer. So we're selling shoes now?
According to this, it's Action Footwear.
My son says these are sick.
Sick?
That's like what the kids are saying, you know, fat with a PH.
Your kid's fat?
No, Doug, he's cool, but they call him fat.
Oh, so fat means cool. Or does sick mean cool?
Both, I think.
So these shoes will make us so fat we'll be sick?
I guess so.
By avoiding poorly managed companies, we protect your investments. Knowing pays. AIM Trimark.
These people all have one thing in common. They stopped a friend from drinking and driving. They took the keys. They called a cab. They offered a bed. They drove home. They did what we all should do. They took care of their friends. So if you're with someone who's had too much, do for them what these people have already done for others.
Hey, it was a rout. Canada put the wood to Russia 6-1. Just a reminder, there is an encore presentation of this game immediately following tonight's edition of SportsCentre. Canada wins its first junior title since 1997 when the country capped off a run of 5 straight gold medals. Could it be 2 in a row next year? Perhaps. The 2006 World Junior Hockey Championships to be held in Vancouver, Kamloops, and Kelowna. It's always special when it's in this country. For more, let's go back to Grand Forks. Here's Gino.
Along with Pierre Maguire and Bob McKenzie, oh, the celebrations here. Jeff Glass almost got creamed. That's the most traffic he's seen in this entire tournament, but in the end, the celebration was complete as Canada took the gold medal. We'll get some thoughts from Bob McKenzie and Pierre Maguire momentarily, but first, let's talk about the fans. Geographically, yes, this tournament was held in the United States, but let's be honest, when you looked around, all you saw was Team Canada jerseys, and it's certainly something that was not lost on Nigel Dawes and his teammates.
It's just unbelievable. I mean, the fans were just tremendous. I mean, doing it so close to home and just the way we did it, I mean, I don't know what Ovechkin was saying about our goaltending, but I mean, we looked pretty good tonight. They were shaking, you know. It's just great feeling and so proud of all the boys.
Oh, it's way better. It's an unbelievable feeling right now, and we're just going to ride this for a long time. It's great. It's a great feeling.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I can't even begin to describe it. It's just a tremendous feeling right now, and just it was unfortunate Jeremy went down, but somebody had to step up, and thankfully it was me, and I thought I did a good job too.
I mean, they're great players, and you know, good credit to our defense and our goal. I mean, they played unreal for us. So it was a total team effort, and you know, we came to play tonight.
Oh, it's unbelievable. You know, you can't explain what it is. Can't explain how it feels. It's unbelievable.
Ryan, I mean, you're one of the best players in the tournament, and how does it feel this year to be a part of it?
Oh, buddy, it's unbelievable. This is the greatest feeling I've ever felt in my life so far.
Hey, let's go have some fun.
Back now with Bob McKenzie and Pierre Maguire. And gentlemen, there were some question marks coming out of the selection camp for Team Canada. But Bob, there was one thing that was a certain, that was that Jeff Glass was going to be the #1 goalie on this team.
That's right. They were going to live or die with Jeff Glass. And you said there were some questions. There was actually one question mark going into this tournament for Canada, and that was the goaltending. Jeff Glass is a great young goaltender in the Western Hockey League who's full value for being the #1 goaltender on Team Canada because of how well he's played with the Kootenay Ice of the Western Hockey League. But this is a guy that's had no international experience until this tournament came along, and quite frankly, he wasn't getting very much quality experience in this tournament because the Team Canada defense was so good throughout, averaging 11 shots against in games going into this final gold medal game. But against the Russians, there were moments in the first period, especially on the power play, where Jeff Glass had to come up with the saves. I'm going to give this guy a new nickname. It's Smiling Jeff Glass, because that's what he's done from the time he got here to the time that he left. Smiles a little wider now that he's got a gold medal. But everybody kept on asking him every day, you're not seeing many shots. People wonder if that might be a weakness. Alexander Ovechkin speculated it could be the weak link for Team Canada. The problem was Jeff Glass could only do what he was given. He's the victim of circumstance, and the circumstance was very few shots on goal, very few scoring opportunities, playing behind an incredible defense. It takes a mentally tough individual to step up and deliver your best performance when you're not being tested very often at all, spending long stretches just standing and watching the play at the other end. That's hard for a goaltender. Jeff Glass persevered. He did a great job, and he's full value for the gold medal win.
A tournament record low, 7 goals against. That is a major, major feat. Now, Pierre, it's one thing to spread around the accolades, but there's only room for one monster in the gold medal game.
And I would love to have Jeff Glass on the all-monster team, but I can't, because if you really evaluate the all-monster team, it's about the best players in this tournament, and one guy really stood out in goal. And when you watch the Czech Republic play, it was a play of Marek Schwartz in goal. The Vancouver Giant goaltender was gigantic, and he was a monster in goal. Being big, being flexible, being quick, being in the way. That's what great goaltenders do. Marek Schwartz responded for his team, winning them a bronze medal. That's why Marek Schwartz is the all-monster goalie. If you look at on defense, Bob, I like monsters who are crushers. Shea Weber, he's a crusher. Shea Weber's mean. Shea Weber's ugly. Shea Weber pounds you. Shea Weber didn't score a point in this tournament, but Shea Weber was a key link for this team, playing with Dion Phaneuf, the ugly, angry, mean-spirited monster who will be a Calgary Flame for a very long time. And he will make people in the Western Conference pay huge physical tolls. Dion Phaneuf, the ultimate defensive monster and the ultimate scoring monster from the back end, scoring a power play goal for Canada in the gold medal game. And when you want to talk about forwards, I think you have to look at the USA's Drew Stafford. Even though his father's from Edmonton, and he's probably got a little Canadian blood in him, Drew Stafford did a magnificent job for the Americans. This is a team that was torn, but Drew Stafford was a leader on this team, scoring a power play goal in the game against the Czech Republic. USA finished fourth. They probably should have finished fifth had it not been for the play of Drew Stafford. Jeff Carter, Bob Gino, this guy brings it every single night. He can finish plays off, face-off prowess, penalty-killing prowess. How about notch for big goals like that? That's what monsters love to do, score big goals in the gold medal game. That was goal number 3 for Team Canada. Jeff Carter keeping the momentum going and energizing the monstrous building. For my silky smooth monster, my monster that doesn't need makeup, doesn't need perfume, because everything he does is pretty. He's the ultimate pretty monster. He's good, he's slick, he's pretty, he's hard, he's smart. He's a monster, and he's a gold medal winning monster. Patrice Bergeron, originally from Acadie Bathurst, now a member of the Providence Bruins, and once there's NHL hockey, a member of the Boston Bruins. There's the all-monster team.
We have clearly run the entire gamut when it comes to monsters this time around. Let's go back to SportsCentre.
Just a reminder, tomorrow, more monsters, I do believe, on the Molson Nats Hockey 1 hour special edition, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 4 o'clock Pacific Time.
The Canadian juniors didn't get a chance to seek revenge against the Americans in this year's final. Instead, the opportunity to write another chapter in one of hockey's most storied rivalries, be it 1972's epic 8-game battle during the Summit Series or the overtime thriller at the Winnipeg Arena in '99. Russia has become Canada's oldest hockey foe. Here now, Canada versus Russia, the top 10 moments.
1987 World Junior Championship in Piastany, Czechoslovakia. Canada's leading 4-2 in the second, and the gold medals within reach, when an incident between Theo Fleury and Pavel Kostitkin erupts into a bench-clearing brawl. The fight became so chaotic that the referees left the ice and turned out the lights. Both teams were disqualified from the tournament. In the '99 World Junior Final, Roberto Luongo stands on his head, stopping 37 shots and giving Canada a chance to win, until disaster strikes in overtime.
Afanashinov picks it up, works it back, scores! The Russians are World Junior Champions.
Game 1 of the '87 Canada Cup. The Soviets tie the game at 5 late in the third, sending it to overtime, when Alexander Semak silenced the Montreal Forum.
Zolomakin, Samyonov to Semak, he scores! Semak into the top corner, and the Soviets win in overtime.
Out come the Soviets on a 2-on-1. Only Coffey is back. Over the line, Colvin, and Coffey! Great defensive play.
1984 Canada Cup semifinal. Paul Coffey makes a game-saving play in overtime. Then on the same shift, Coffey creates.
Zanelli ducks the check. Back on the blue line. Here's another shot.
His shot is tipped by Mike Bossy, and Canada moves on to the final against Sweden. 82 World Juniors. A Canadian team featuring Mark Hepscheid and Mike Moeller records a lopsided 7-0 win over the Soviets on the way to its first ever junior gold medal. 1972 Summit Series, Game 7, tied at 3 in the third.
Henderson going down, to the defense, goes right on his goal, scores! Henderson, right through the score for Canada!
Henderson's goal with less than 3 minutes to play gave Canada the lead and a chance to take the series in the decisive Game 8. 1991 World Juniors in Saskatoon, tied at 2, late in the third.
Up the boards, can't get it out. Slaney, blast for it, scores!
John Slaney's first goal of the tournament comes in the final minutes and makes Canada the first team to win junior gold on home ice. Game 2 of the '87 Canada Cup. Canada leading late in the third until Valerie Kamensky scores a beautiful goal to tie it. The game went to double OT before a phenomenal finish.
Murphy to Gretzky, hit the post, rebound, they score! Mario Lemieux! Canada wins, the series is tied!
Final game of the '87 Canada Cup. Soviets leading 4-2 after one, but Canada scores 3 unanswered goals to take the lead. Alexander Samak ties it at 5, and again the game goes down to the wire.
Here's Lemieux poking at the center. Lemieux ahead to Gretzky. Has Murphy with him on a 2-on-1 to Lemieux. And a goal. He shoots. He scores!
Final game of the 72 Summit Series. Canada trails by 2 in the third, but goals by Phil Esposito and Yvonne Cornwallier square it at 5. Alan Eagleson is involved in a scuffle with the Soviet militia, heightening the tension between the teams. And then, with 34 seconds to play, a familiar face comes to the rescue.
Here's a shot! Henderson made a wild stab work spell. Here's another shot, right by the score! Henderson has scored for Canada!
Stick around, gang. The highlight of the night is next.
We put a lot into the Nissan Murano. And as it turns out, so can you.
Forget everything you think you know about Resident Evil.
I'm under the President's order to rescue you.
My father? Oh my God! What's going on?
Don't worry, Ashley. I'm coming for you.
Vayan por detrás. Evil has evolved. Resident Evil 4 for Nintendo GameCube. Rated M for mature. Only from Capcom.
Well, it's a new year.
Yeah, it's time for changes.
Yeah. Like take yoga.
Latin dance.
Speak Latin.
Read more.
Hardcovers.
Write a novel.
Maybe we'll start with the new lemon cranberry muffin with our coffees.
Let's try the new 12-grain bagel.
Yeah, that's good.
Make a fresh change to your morning with Tim Hortons' new Oven Fresh Lemon Cranberry Muffin or new 12-grain bagel. With a coffee, just $1.89.
Always fresh at Tim Hortons.
Are you sleepy? No. What do you think it's gonna be like? Mom says there's even more magical stuff now.
Okay, guys, back to bed.
We're too excited to sleep.
Everyone's excited because now a 6-night, 7-day Walt Disney World vacation for a family of 4 at a Disney Value Resort, including theme park tickets, is less than $1,500. Make your plans at DisneyWorld.ca.
You sleep?
No, too excited.
I heard that.
SportsCentre, brought to you by Tim Hortons' new Lemon Cranberry Muffin and new 12-grain bagel.
Here's your highlight of the night. Where else but back to the Ralph. Dion Phaneuf starts the play, wipes out a couple of Russians. It's Corey Perry to Patrice Bergeron, and it's a beautiful pass, and it's a great goal. And that is your highlight of the night.
Dutch Canadians tune into this year's World Junior Hockey Championship by the millions. Some choosing to watch the gold medal game on a big screen in downtown Toronto, while others choosing to enjoy and celebrate Canada's victory in local watering holes. The scene pretty much the same right across the country. Fans showing their support for Canada's champs in Montreal, Ottawa, and Regina, amongst other cities across Canada.
Make sure you stay tuned to TSN. Coming up next, as we mentioned earlier, it is an encore presentation of the gold medal game, followed by another edition of SportsCentre, which comes your way at 11 o'clock Pacific time.
Well, this tournament changes from year to year. Last year, of course, America's winning gold. They go home empty-handed this year. The Canadians dominant this year, but next year, just 2 players eligible to return. You've got the Russians, who have 10 players who can come back next year. And as Pierre Maguire mentioned earlier this week, the Finns really rebuilding for next year.
Yeah, but you know what, though? The great equalizer, it's played on Canadian soil.
Yeah.
And whenever this tournament is played on Canadian soil, I mean, it really is a difference
Or in
maker.
North Dakota, by the looks of things.
North American soil, wherever the case may be. But no, you know what? It's a fantastic tournament year after year, and you're right. The characters do change, and every time that the country comes and asks, these young men, they step up and they go play. They don't know if they're going to make the team, but it's a credit and a testament to them. It was a treat to watch them this year. Man, were they good. We're out of time. Here are the people who put it on, folks.